He spent 6 decades being called the luckiest man in Hollywood. Movie star looks, an Oscar, a career most actors could only dream of. But in a new interview published on the 10th of August 2026, Brad Pitt revealed something almost nobody saw coming. There was a period in his life when the pain became so overwhelming, he understood, for the first time, exactly why people consider ending it all. Today we're breaking down what Brad Pitt actually said, what family stuff really means, and everything else going on in his life right now, from his relationship, to his kids, to a legal battle over a $50 million estate that still isn't resolved. The revelation came in a wide-ranging cover story with Esquire magazine, published the 10th of August 2026. Pitt, now 62 years old, was discussing grief and loss when the conversation turned unexpectedly personal. He described himself first and foremost as an optimist, someone who has, in his own words, essentially won the lottery in life. But he also opened up about one specific period where that optimism failed him. He described the pain during that time as oppressive, to the point where he briefly understood, on a deeply personal level, why some people see suicide as a form of relief from suffering. He was careful to clarify that this wasn't an ongoing part of who he is, explaining that it simply wasn't in his nature, and that if anything, his real affliction has always been being too optimistic. What pulled him through, in his own account, was his survival instinct kicking in almost immediately. When asked directly whether this dark period connected to issues with his children, following his long, difficult split from Angelina Jolie, Pitt kept his answer brief, acknowledging only that it was family stuff and choosing not to elaborate further. That restraint is notable, given just how public his family situation has been for nearly a decade. If you or someone you know is struggling with thoughts of suicide, please know that help is available. In the United States, you can call or text 988 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, anytime, day or night. To understand why this moment carries so much weight, it helps to look back at where Brad Pitt's story began. He was born William Bradley Pitt on the 18th of December 1963 in Shawnee, Oklahoma, and raised in Springfield, Missouri, in a conservative religious household. He studied journalism at the University of Missouri, just 2 credits short of graduating, before making the decision that would change his life entirely, dropping out and driving to Los Angeles to pursue acting instead. Those early years weren't glamorous. He famously worked odd jobs to get by, including driving strippers around in a limousine and dressing up as a giant chicken for a fast food restaurant promotion, all while chasing auditions on the side. His breakout came in 1991, in a memorable supporting role in Thelma and Louise, followed by his first major leading role in 1994's Interview with the Vampire. From there, his career exploded. C7N in 1995, Fight Club in 1999, a film that's only grown in cultural significance in the decades since, Ocean's 11 in 2001. He earned his first Oscar nomination for 12 Monkeys in 1996, and would go on to be nominated multiple more times before finally winning Best Supporting Actor for his role in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in 2020. Beyond acting, Pitt built Plan B Entertainment into one of the most respected production companies in the industry, producing Best Picture winners, including 12 Years a Slave and Moonlight. Most recently, in 2025, his Formula One racing film, simply titled F1, became the biggest commercial hit of his entire career, crossing more than $630 million at the global box office. Brad Pitt's personal life has played out almost as publicly as his film career. He was previously married to Jennifer Aniston from 2000 to 2005, before beginning a relationship with Angelina Jolie that would dominate headlines for the next 2 decades. Pitt and Jolie married in 2014 at their French estate, Chateau Miraval, and share 6 children together: Maddox, Pax, Zahara, Shiloh, and twins Knox and Vivienne. The couple separated in 2016, following a widely reported incident aboard a private plane, and their divorce proceedings dragged on for nearly a decade, only finalizing in December of 2024. Reports since the divorce have described Pitt as feeling somewhat alienated from several of his now adult children, a painful undercurrent that may connect directly to the family stuff he referenced in his recent interview. In fact, his daughter Vivienne recently filed legal paperwork to formally drop his last name after turning 18, a detail that's added further public scrutiny to the family's ongoing strain. On a more positive note, Pitt has been in a relationship with jewelry designer Ines de Ramon since 2022. The couple made their public red carpet debut in 2024, and according to recent reporting, they are now fully living together in a new home, with insiders describing the relationship as serious and stable heading into 2026. It's worth being clear, though, that despite your title referencing a wife, Pitt and de Ramon are not married. She remains his longtime girlfriend and partner. As for property, the most significant and contentious asset in Brad Pitt's life remains Chateau Miraval, the sprawling 1,200-acre French winery estate he and Jolie purchased together in 2008 for $67 million. The property, where the couple married in 2014, became the central battleground of their divorce after Jolie sold her ownership stake in the estate in 2021 without what Pitt claims was his required consent. That legal dispute is still unresolved, with a full trial over $35 million in damages currently scheduled for February of 2027. Adding to the tension, wildfires burning in southern France came dangerously close to the estate in recent weeks, though the property itself was reported undamaged. As for his finances more broadly, Brad Pitt's net worth is estimated at approximately $400 million, built through decades of film salaries, production credits through Plan B Entertainment, brand endorsements, and his ownership stake in Miraval. He now commands roughly $30 million per film, reflecting one of the highest asking prices in Hollywood, even in his 60s. What makes Brad Pitt's recent comments so significant isn't just the revelation itself, it's the broader reminder that even people who appear, by every external measure, to have won at life can still quietly struggle in ways the public never sees. Pitt himself acknowledged this directly, noting that despite feeling like he'd won the lottery, that period of pain was still real and still difficult to move through. His openness adds an important humanizing layer to a public figure often reduced to headlines about box office numbers and celebrity relationships. Brad Pitt's story right now is really a story about contradiction, record-breaking career success sitting right alongside real private pain, a stable, committed relationship, alongside reported distance from some of his own children, a decade-long legal battle that still isn't over, and through all of it, a level of honesty about mental health that a 62-year-old global movie star didn't have to share, but chose to anyway. If Brad Pitt's honesty about his mental health, his career, or his family struggles resonated with you, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below sharing what stood out to you most. And if you want more in-depth, respectful coverage of the stories behind Hollywood's biggest names, don't forget to subscribe to Your Star Facts.